How's it going, guys? I'm out here with Law today at training camp.
What's going on, man? Welcome to Colts Law. I'm Lawrence Owen, and today we are here on Friday, August 13th. Yes, Friday the 13th. We're going to be covering the Carolina Panthers here at training camp, scrimmaging off against our Indianapolis Colts. And it's the second practice against the Panthers. We already talked about a little bit yesterday about what we saw from the Panthers. What are you looking for today as the Indianapolis Colts scrimmage against them?
Honestly, if I can get more of what we saw yesterday, I was very pleased with, everybody just really seemed to be locked in, was progressing. No, it wasn't a perfect day. Pittman had, I'd like to see him hold on to the ball a little bit more. I'd like to see some of these injured players. Come on in, guys, let's get on the field. Let's see what you look like. But other than that, just more of what we saw yesterday would be awesome.
Well, absolutely. Yesterday we saw the defensive line just absolutely manhandle the offensive line of the Carolina Panthers. But also, our offensive line wasn't doing that good either, against their defensive line. So that's something we need to look out, see if we can't find a little bit of improvement in that area. Frankly, I want to see our linebackers against Christian McCaffrey today. Oh my goodness, because that's going to be studly. We talked about how Bobby Okereke has had a great camp. EJ Speed's of course hurt, so probably won't be seeing him today. But Darius Leonard, most definitely. Darius Leonard and Bobby Okereke versus Christian McCaffrey. I want to see more out of Teray, Banigou, Tyquan Lewis, guys like that, getting in there, getting pressure and sacks on Sam Darnold. Kind of weird saying his name here at Colts camp, but it is what it is. Also, I want to see how our cornerbacks are doing. A lot of talk about our cornerbacks.
Yes.
And they've got some really good wide receivers over there in Carolina. And
it's a full-time job trying to keep tracks of Robbie Anderson and stuff, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. So we'll be back after camp. This has been Lawrence Owen, Colts Loyalist. This is Colts Law. We'll be back shortly. What's going on, Colts Nation? I'm Lawrence Owen, and we are back after this whole training camp. Day 2, Friday 13th. And Loyalist, it's a pleasure to meet you. I ain't seen you in a couple hours.
How you doing?
How you been? All right.
A great time, and it's only been Friday the 13th for the Panthers, not the Colts today.
That's right. So what we decided was he was going to go over the defensive side for the Colts, check that out, defense versus the offense of the Carolina. And then I checked out the offense for the Colts against the defense of Carolina. What'd you see over there on the defensive side?
Well, I would like to start off saying that you guys all know I've been sort of hard on Ben Banigou and everything, so I'm on the bandwagon. Let's go. He looked really good today, guys. Really good.
Excellent.
There was a lot of other good plays and stuff. Rock Ya-Sin had a very solid day. There was only a couple plays where he kept giving up the inside, but outside of that, he was constantly there to make the stop. He did it once on the goal line, which I didn't care for, but you know what? The young man is just working hard, and you can see the improvement every week. So, can't ask for more than that, I wouldn't imagine.
How did Sam Darnold do against the Colts starting defense?
I would say that he had a rough time, because today there was multiple times where our defense was like, okay, we got the sack. And twice I see him after the sack turn around and double down and throw an interception. So, like I said, our defense was just all over the place today. List of names. Isaac Rochelle, he was constantly in the backfield today. Banigou was in the back. Oh, Teray. Teray comes out and sets the tone, guys. First play of practice, he comes in there and the tackle is just like in his stance, and the next thing you know, this is a movie made. Who was that? Teray just shot right by him. It was a great day as far as the D-line and, as far as the defense in general, so I was very happy.
Hey guys, please smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, and tag that notification bell so that you're notified next time I go live. Don't forget, you can also share this video to your favorite social media, and please open up that description of the video. In there you find a link to my Patreon, which is only $5 a month. You get all of my content plus Patreon specific content, and of course my merch shop right here.
Did you see anything interesting on the offensive side?
Oh, I saw a lot interesting on the offensive side. So let's talk about the running game, how, yesterday the running game had all kind of issues. So first off, before I get started on the offense, there were 2 or 3 fights that broke out on the offensive side. How many was started out over there?
Constantly. Like I said, you could tell that these guys were just getting tired of being manhandled, to be honest with you, And I'm not sitting there saying it was always their fault or anything, but there was a couple guys that you just constantly see, 3, 4 plays where they got dominated, and the next thing you know, you have these little scuffles. Nothing major, nothing, just a big group of people, and then all of a sudden they disperse and we get back at it.
First play of the game for the offense was a stretch run by Jordan Wilkins. Went around the edge, got tackled out of bounds, and then got jumped by the entire Carolina bench. Then the next play, Jonathan Taylor takes it right up the gut and lays the wood on 3 different Carolina Panthers, putting them all on their butts. All right, you could tell it was a message the Colts were not going to be pushed around today. The Colts ran the ball with authority today. They ran the ball very, very well, which is very different than what we heard about yesterday.
Yeah.
Passing-wise, a little bit shaky actually starting out. A lot of checkdowns, especially by Ellinger. Now, he had a lot of good completion percentage, but it was mostly checkdowns to the running backs, right? He had 2 passes on the day that went further than 5 yards in the air. One was to Michael Strawn, and the other was to, who was that other one to? Yes, it was to Michael Pittman. Talking about Michael Pittman, he had the catch of the day, or the play of the day, if you want to talk about it. Eason started off a little slow. Got sacked twice in the first drive. Then he got in a rhythm, and then all of a sudden it was pass after pass after pass, 10, 15, 20 yards downfield constantly. Had 3 touchdowns on the day, including one where he threw to Pittman. Pittman bobbled it. You was like, oh no, it's another one of those things that happened yesterday where Pittman dropped the ball from Eason. No! Pittman bobbles it, hits the ground, gets tackled, catches the ball anyhow before it hits the ground, stands up, walks into the end zone because the defense didn't realize what was going on. It was like one of those flashbacks to Marvin Harrison back in the early 2000s. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Michael Strawn was the player of the day today. By far. 6 catches on the day. 6. 2 by, he had 1 that was thrown to him by Ellinger, but Jacob Eason found him over and over and over down the field. 1 for a touchdown, 1 he caught right over the top of J.C. Horn. Today, the offense, everybody looked good. Even the backup running backs that we don't even know their names for the fact of the matter, did pretty good. Like I said, we did give up a couple sacks. Had one that could have been considered an interception, but I don't think it was. But all in all, for the offense, absolutely spectacular. You couldn't ask for anything better.
Awesome. And I want to also mention that the run defense today looked really good for the Colts. I'll tell you right now, they did this 2-minute drill. No exaggeration, 8 yards. That's all that the Panthers got out of that entire 2-minute drill was 8 yards. Then they turned around and they ran the field and was running this 4-minute offense or whatever. And nothing longer than 3 or 4 yards on the ground. Everything was either coming, like I said, on rollouts or broken plays. I would say that the quarterbacks probably got more running yards today than the running backs did.
That's excellent. The receiver out of the backfield today was Marlon Mack. He did a couple really nice nifty catches out of the backfield, but by far Jonathan Taylor owned the day on the ground, I would say, on both sides of the field. I would say just in practice, he had well over 100 yards. He had one run where it would have been a touchdown. It would have been. He busted right through that off the line, hit the safety, buried him, and then kept going. So multiple touchdowns today by the Colts. Most of them off the record, obviously.
A lot of that. It's like, oh, that's a sack, and then you see him throw the ball down the field, and all of a sudden everybody's going, oh, and I'm like, fine. The result of the play was a sack. So.
Right. All right, so I'm Lawrence Owen.
I'm Colts Loyalist.
And this is Colts Law. Until next time, have a good one.
Just because a player's not a household name doesn't mean we can't make him a household name.